awesome Oceanic Qualifiers today. This is the last lot of qualifiers. We're into the quarterfinals at the moment. There'll be semis and then the grand final at the end of the day. And the winner will get their chance, will go to Singapore. That's right, IEM Singapore, the winner of today's matches. And we're already into the picks and bans, Elfish.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for all the players in this competition. So first up, we've got some Fiddlesticks and Aatrox bans coming out, as well as Swain and Elise. Oriana as well being banned out there. What do you think of those bans, Menace?
They're huge respect bans, I would say, Elfish. I mean, Swain is obviously not something that you normally see banned out in the matches, but obviously something that Underage FBI don't want to play against in the mid lane or possibly even top. I'm not too sure where SNX play that one. Fiddlesticks, I guess that's another respect ban for the support, something they don't want to go against. Now, there's a few champions open here, Elfish.
We have seen. Yeah. We've seen Lil Cutie Cheese playing Swain in the mid lane during the round stages of this tournament, so that's definitely a ban against him there.
Well, there you go. So Swain definitely respects bans. Obviously, Cassidy, really strong mid laner as well. Oriana being taken away. Gragas is still open, a pretty strong mid laner at the moment. We've got Shen still out there. What else is there? Siva. Siva's been quite popular lately with the recent changes to her. But yeah, there's still a few good choices on the board for both these teams, and they're currently hovering over a Mordekaiser for SNX. Now, that'd be something interesting, something we don't really see very often. SNX playing outside the box, and I'm keen to see what looks like they might be locking this one in, Elfish.
Yeah, Lil Cutie Cheese seems to be one of those players that likes to play some weird champions. Obviously, we saw the Swain, so, you know, it wouldn't be surprising, but you can't really call anything too early, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, there it is. Locked in Nasus. So just trolling me there. Over there for Underage FBI. They're hovering over some Vayne Renekton action at the moment. Vayne's still a very strong hyper carry. A really good pick. You know, the protect the Vayne combos really working out for some of these teams. We had some great matches last night, Elfish. I'm not sure if you caught some of those. We saw Google Gaming, one of those, the ADC from Google Gaming, Warble Google, which you might see a little bit later on if they make it through the semis. Playing some awesome Jinx, and Jinx is still available, but there's the lock-in from Underage FBI. They've locked in Renekton as well as Vayne. That's their first two picks on their side. What do you think about those, Elfish?
Well, Renekton and Vayne probably sort of the strongest champions in their respective roles these days. Honestly, I wouldn't want to be going up against a Renekton top lane no matter what champion I had, so definitely a strong pick there, and obviously Vayne going to snowball the game late game, so another strong pick there for FBI, so we'll see what Seraphic Nexus picks up to counter those picks.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. SNX now bring over the Gragas I was talking about earlier. So making his way through a really good mid laner. It's just a matter of what Underage FBI are going to bring to the table for mid. Now SNX switching it up. Diana, J4. They've locked in the J4. Gragas still being hovered over by JV the King. Will it be a lock-in for the mid lane? Gragas, probably a good pick, I think. Especially blind. What can Underage FBI do, though? There's still a few good mid laners out there at the moment. We'll have to see how they roll. I mean, there's recent changes to Morgana. We even saw Morgana last night played by Avant Garde, Lord Fabulous, or the previously known Lord Fabulous, playing a bit of Morgana there, which was really good to see. And there it is, a lock-in for the Gragas. So they've got themselves J4 and Gragas over for SNX.
Yeah, well, Gragas and Jarvan definitely not surprise picks there either. Gragas has been probably the strongest mid laner of recent times, with the exception maybe of Oriana. And obviously Jarvan probably going to be in the jungle there as well, and he's one of the strongest picks as well. So no real surprising picks so far from either team. We'll see what FBI picks up here to see, you know, maybe they're going to go for something crazy, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and at the moment, hovering over Teemo, definitely a strong pick. Could even be a placeholder, I don't know. At the moment, got Vi also being hovered over at the moment. Pretty strong jungler as well. And there it is. There's a Zyra for Chenny Boy, looking for the support to complement the Vayne down there. Zyra, Annie. I didn't even realize Annie was still available. And there it is, a lock-in, Annie and Vi, the third and fourth pick for Underage FBI. Annie support is amazing, Elfish.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's going to be a really strong combo coming out from FBI. Vi ultimate into Annie ultimate is really going to destroy anyone that gets hit by that, and then obviously the Renekton's going to follow up on top of that. So whoever's getting hit by that is going to need to really be careful. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Karja, the AD carry from Seraphic Nexus. So yeah, he needs to position really, really well, because Vi is a dangerous jungler.
yeah, really strong CC and powerful lane ganks. Also, J4 is just as good. We see now Pekka Coco hovering over the Vi pick, as well as a Zyra still making its way through. Haven't seen much Zyra in this tournament so far. I'm keen to see what SNX can bring to the table, but a Jinx and a Zyra, that bottom lane is very potent poke. Very long range poke as well, Elfish. I mean, you look at the ranges of their abilities, even their auto attacks, as opposed to Vayne and Annie. I think that's a really nice pickup into a Vayne Annie. What are you thinking, Elfish?
Yeah, you're right, Menace. Jinx definitely does have the kit to deal with Vayne, and obviously Zyra is a really strong bottom laner for the support role. Despite having a few little changes a couple weeks ago with the I'd say she's still a really strong support, and also she's really strong against Vayne if you can hit the snare. That's the big thing with Zyra. Obviously, if you're not hitting snares, then it's not going to be very strong, but these are some of the best teams in Oceania, so we can expect that they're going to be pretty good with those snares.
All right, there's that Morgana I was talking about. They've locked it in over there for Underage FBI. Morgana, the mid laner for Pempty, will be going up against the Gragas, and I'm keen to see how he's going to build and how he decides to play this new Morgana with the recent changes. A few little buffs, I guess you could say. So let's take a quick look at the teams over on the blue side. We have SNX. We've got up in the top lane. It's going to be Nasus being played by Pekka Coco. In the mid lane, Little Cutie Cheese on the Gragas. Jungle is SNX Prince on that J4. Down in the bottom lane, we're going to have JV the King supporting with that Zyra, and Jinx as well being played by Cardred. Over there for the purple/red side, we have Underage FBI. Up in the top lane is My Aching Soul playing the Renekton. Mid lane, we've got Pempty on that Morgana. In the jungle, it will be HKPCW on the Vi. And over in that bot lane, a very aggressive Annie Vayne lane. That's going to be awesome to watch, Elfish.
Yeah, the bot lane's going to be really interesting. The Annie Vayne up against Jinx Zyra is going to be really strong on both sides at level 6. So, it could be interesting to see how the junglers operate around the bot lane. Jarvan obviously a strong lane ganker as well as Vi, so it's going to be a big lane down there as well. So, expect fireworks.
Fireworks indeed. I think also we might see some invades coming down from SNX. I mean, they've got a pretty strong level 1 team with JV the King able to land some of those roots from the Zyra. We'll have to see if they want to go in and grab themselves a blue buff, the enemy team. I mean, Underage FPI, they don't have the strongest level 1 team, a very late game orientated composition, that's for sure. But looking overall, I really like the AoE that's coming out from SNX. You've got Jinx's Super Mega Death Rocket. That thing is ridiculous for the AoE that it can do. Coupled in with a Cataclysm and an ultimate from Zyra, I think you're looking at a lot of damage. You've also got Spirit Fire from Nasus and Gragas' explosive cast. Skirmishes in the jungle coming out from SNX are going to be huge, Elfish. What do you think about Underage FBI's team?
Yeah, well, it's really strong. I think the Vayne was a great pick. Obviously, she's going to get focused quite hard, but she can get away from Jarvan pretty easily as well as Nasus, despite the Wither. She's got the Condemn so that she can knock him away, and obviously Annie's going to be sitting there peeling for her, and she'll probably also have a Morgana spell shield on top of her, the Black Shield rather, on top of her. So I don't think she'll have too much trouble surviving here. It's just going to be whether she can get to the late game stage where she's going to destroy anything.
Yeah, I would have to agree. There's a pretty good composition to protect the Vayne at the moment. You got Renekton who can dive really deep at the back and get a few stuns and really be a pain in the butt for Jinx and even Zyra. Vi who can really get in there and do a lot of protection. She can do some good peeling as well. Annie will be throwing out the stuns, and like you said, that Black Shield is going to help out immensely with whoever's taken the brunt of the force. And I would say that Renekton and Vi are going to be building super tanky. They've got themselves a good, a good ratio. Frontline, 2 frontliners and 3 big damage backliners. I also think that, Underage FBI's team is strong as well. Laning phase is going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for Nasus. Pekka Coco to get going on that Nasus is going to take some time. Renekton obviously going to trade very well against him early on. So I'd expect a lot of regen coming out from Nasus, or even like probably a Doran start, which is pretty standard anyway for that top lane. What do you think about this mid lane matchup though, Elfish? Gragas into a Morgana.
Well, it's going to be a real skill matchup for Morgana. It depends, if she can Black Shield at the right time. If she can shield the ultimate and keep her ultimate onto the Gragas, then she'll probably get the advantage in the mid lane. It really depends which one of these gets ahead early, and then they'll probably be able to take the game away from the opposing team. by terms of roam or something like that. Obviously, Morgana's picked up a teleport, so she might be looking to go bot lane or top lane sometime after level 6. And Gragas, obviously, a really good roam champion as well with that ultimate.
All right, we're heading into the skin select, internet cafe or something like that. We are out of the pause and into the first match of the day here, a best of 3 between SNX and Underage FPI on the red side. First picks for the items coming out and standard all around, Elfish.
Yeah, nothing really surprising coming out, especially considering we've got some pretty standard picks as well. So, no one's going to be trying anything too cheesy. And we've got another pause coming out, which is, again, not a huge surprise. But should be over in a sec. Someone just looks like they're changing their settings around. So, yeah, we won't be waiting too long for this one.
Fingers crossed there. I'll just let you guys know there is a maximum of 10 minutes pauses for these matches. After the 10 minutes, I'm not sure if the game will continue on or if it's a forfeit. I don't think it'll be a forfeit. I'd say they just got to play 4v5. So once we get the pause done, we're going to see where these guys are moving. And it looks like maybe even top lane for Underage FPI. We see a lot of teams like to head towards that top lane brush over on the red side, move up through the river and just chill out there, then come down through to the blue buff, and we're going out of this pause at the moment. So we'll see if they want to go ahead with that, as yep, they're moving in a group, only a little bit behind here, but she'll catch up eventually. Most of the SNX team heading towards the mid lane. Zyra going bot, so I'd expect a more defensive stance here from SNX, deciding not to go too aggressive, and you can see them now spreading out, creating a defensive line. It looks like Underage FBI just want to protect their reds here, Elfish.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are trying to be kind of defensive in this level 1. Obviously, the Vayne, the Zyra, a very aggressive kind of level 1 champion with her snare coming out there, and obviously no one really wants to go up against that. A 5-man snare could be the end of your team. And on the other side, we've got Morgana with her stun as well as Annie. So, both sides having some really good CC at level 1, and neither side obviously wanting to risk losing first blood. But it looks like we might have an engage. Morgana just missing missing the dark binding there, unluckily for FVI. So she's just going to walk out of there and go over to the blue, which it looks like Vi's going to start out.
Yeah, that dark binding, if it had landed, that could have been a very devastating time for J4 there, but a really nice dodge, able to escape from that one, and it looks like J4 is going to head down towards his red buff, take that one away, and no invades or trading from either team at the moment. Officer Vi being brought out there by HKPCW. I like that skin, the new skin for Vi. And yeah, it looks like Underage FBI a little bit concerned that SNX will be up towards their blue buff, but they go check that face check that try rush there and move up towards their blue buff.
Yeah, bot side start for the jungler is really standard these days. You get the extra damage off the bot lane, so you kind of can do a smiteless buff, and then you can just run over to your other buff and get it with your smite. So, nothing too surprising still coming out from this game so far. We'll see how it goes from now on. Looks like everyone's just going to be heading into their lane and starting up the normal laning. No sort of lane swaps or anything like that.
Well, there's a dark binding on the little cutie cheese already, taking the amount of damage, tons of damage, if I can get the words out, already. Just over half health at the moment, and as expected from this matchup, Gragas is going to take a lot of poke from Morgana. Auto's even going to keep him away from the minions, and you can see JV the King using the aggression early on. Already pretty low mana though, as a stun lands on Decarded on that Jinx. Not going to follow up that one there.
Yeah, and JV the King hasn't actually picked up any mana pots either, so the only kind of mana sustain that he's going to get is off the cookie, which you get off the mastery point in the support page. So, yeah, he maybe has used up a little bit too much mana, but he is doing a good job of zoning the bot lane of Underage FBI.
Yeah, look, Carded lands one of those zaps onto Insub, and they're already on the back foot. You can see now Prince up in this top lane. Got his double buffs. He's chilling out. Vi's not too far away. He's coming in. Will he be able to land the EQ combo? The Slice and Dice coming out from Renekton. Doesn't land the EQ combo. He dices away. Escape easily. Red buff procs there, but Aching Soul. Oh no, here's a teleport top lane. Coming in from Morgana, using it super early. Dark Binding coming out as well. There's a 3-man gang top lane EQ combo from J4. Will escape. And that's the summoner burn for Morgana.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's necessarily too bad. She's got the right mindset. Obviously, it didn't pay off there, but, that's the kind of thing that you've got to do with the teleport if you're going to take it, because you're really not going to be in a good position to win your lane because of the lack of Ignite, Brax has got the extra damage on her, so, and also as Morgana, you really do need the Ignite
top lane,
sometimes. Up in the top lane, though.
Troubled also. Down in the bottom lane, Insub taking a ton of damage. Didn't quite land on those traps. Lucky for him, or should I say bombs. The flame chompers there. Insub falling super low. Also a gank top lane, forcing Pekka just to chill out. It looks like he's going to... Yep, he is going to head back now.
Yeah, lots of action happening already, which is really great for us to cast. So, pleasure to be here. So, looks like the bot lane for Seraphic Nexus is going to be picking up a little bit of an advantage early, which is not a huge surprise against a Vayne lane. Obviously, you don't usually see Vayne winning a lane until level 6. Looks like a bit of damage coming out here, though.
Yeah, Carter in a little bit of trouble as both Insub and Chenny Boy are going super aggressive. The flash from Carter, though, does dodge the stun, I believe. That might have been the end of him there in first blood for Chenny Boy or Insub. But J4 there to answer any kind of ganks now, just joining them a little bit later. And looks like ping's coming up, or we can see Vi moving around this middle lane here, Elfish.
Yeah, this could be risky here for Gragas. He's only level 4, but he does have his flash up, so he should be okay.
Yep.
Dodging the snare there, so really nice job from him, and he knew what was coming, and he was easily able to get out of there.
Yeah, but a good pickup from Vi. Getting little cutie cheese's flash, he can just move around like he's going to right now and go for another one. While the minion wave is pushed, little cutie cheese is still, he's got the body slam, so he will be able to escape. But look, here comes Vi around the top, waiting for the body slam. Body slam does land. Oh, the dark binding misses though. Little cutie cheese will probably be able to walk. Oh, the flash as well from HK. He wants to go super aggressive under that turret. Not going to be enough though.
Yeah, Underage really, Underage FBI really using their summoner spells aggressively so far. We've seen a teleport already going up in the top lane, as well as that flash just there. So 2 summoner spells burned for nothing so far. They're probably not going to be too pleased with that, but yeah, they're being really aggressive, and that's nice to see. Fortune favors the bold, as they say. So we'll see what happens for them. It's really quite a good mentality from them. Obviously, you might lose a couple kills, but also you have the chance to pick up some more kills as well.
Yeah, but then, I mean, you're using those summoners pretty loosely, I guess, from Underage FBI. For the next maybe 5 or 10 minutes, they're going to be down for a little bit. Maybe give some time for SNX to soak up the farm. They still got pretty much all the summoners. The only one, I guess, will be the flash on the Jinx and Gragas being burned. But I don't think they would mind too much there, as they're going for a bit more of a late game team with the Gragas Nasus as well. Nasus just trying his best to farm under this top turret, as Aching Soul, as I said earlier, is going to trade very well against him.
Yeah, Pekka always going to have some trouble there as Nasus in the top lane. It's not the best matchup for him going up against Renekton. Obviously, it's not the worst matchup either. So, he can survive, and as long as he's surviving and farming, that's all that he needs to do. If he's got Q stacks, he's pretty good. He's already got, 48 stacks onto that, so he's not doing too badly for himself. It's only 6 minutes in. So we should expect a pretty big Nasus coming out of this game as well.
And like I was saying earlier, he's picked up some of the regen there to keep him in the lane. Got the Crystalline Flask after his first back. And you can see the first few buys coming out from either team, as Gragas has got himself a Chalice of Harmony as well as a Doran's Ring on his first buy. That's a good start for him. Let's have a look at what Morgana will pick up. She's picked up a Catalyst, so going to build the Rod of Ages on Morgana, and I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them. I think it's a little bit risky. Rod of Ages is not the greatest of items. I mean, it's a pretty standard pick for you, Morgana, though.
Yeah, it's the only issue with it is it's going to delay the Zhonya's Hourglass, which is really the core item that you do need on Morgana. But, if Morgana's feeling safe, she can take the Rod of Ages and she can Black Shield during her ultimate so that she's not knocked about, and then she can still get the full thing of the ultimate off. So, it's not too bad as long as she's picking up that Zhonya's Hourglass second so that she's got it. You do really need that on Morgana.
Yeah, such a close game so far. I mean, the only CS leads here coming out from Renekton, and bottom lane here, JB the King, as well as Carter, just poking around, trying to get as much damage as possible. Look at that really strategically placed ward up on the Tri-Brush there from the blue side. That's SNX up in the Tri-Brush, spotting out the Vi, so they know when she's coming around the back, she can use her, I believe it's the Vault Breaker over the wall. Yeah, it is a Vault Breaker over the wall, and come in for a nice, clean gank. But that's not going to happen with that Tri-Brush ward.
Yeah, if you're pushed up to the tower like that, you've really got to be aware of the jungle coming from that Tri-Bush and jumping over the wall or whatever she wants to do, especially if it's a Vi who has someone who has an ability that can go over the walls like that. So, yeah, that's a really nice ward there coming out, I'm assuming, from JB the King on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone else has picked up any wards at this stage of the game yet. J4 looking for a gank down there. He's almost walking through. No, he is going to walk through that ward over at the red buff. We're going to see him approaching that middle lane and back off a little bit, go do some wraiths. So let's have a quick look at some more of the items here, Elfish. What do we got going on around the board?
Yeah, it looks like bot lane's already got a slight item advantage for Seraphic Nexus. Kydrid picking up that Vamp Scepter over Vayne, who's got double Dorans. Not necessarily going to be the biggest issue right now there for Vayne, but, you know, every little bit counts. So, you know, that could snowball into some sort of advantage there for Kydrid, but we'll see how it works out. He's also got the boots on the Vayne as well, so it's going to be good chasing potential and escaping potential as well.
Yeah, and we see now J4 walking towards the top lane, going through the enemy's jungle, getting spotted out by a Warden up. He's going to chuck a ward of his own down, keep some vision on, and he does decide to move up towards the top lane. Renekton knows what's happening here. We'll meet him in towards that tri-brush as Prince will get the EQ combo off and just walk away. Probably a wise choice. Seeing as Nasus is a little bit out of position at the moment. Vi, being down in the bottom lane, can't really react, so could be an opportunity here. Nope, J4 doesn't really want to push up that top turret.
Yeah, and I think the bot lane for Seraphic Nexus knows that Vi's hanging around somewhere down in the bot lane because they've just backed off a little bit from the CS and they're just waiting for her to disappear before they'll start to pick up the more CS. And another interesting item pickup here coming out from Zyra. She's picked up a Mana Manipulator, which is not really an item that you often see in the current meta, and I believe it's actually being removed in the next season. But, you know, she's picked it up, obviously wanting to get a bit more mana for herself and also for Jinx, as it does give that global mana regen for, or not global rather, the area of effect mana regen for whoever's around her. So Jinx is going to be using that to spam out all of her spells as well. So maybe not the worst pickup there for Zyra in bot lane.
I like it as well, but it's not really working for them. They're not using the mana regen and poke to their advantage, I would say. The CS lead is slightly in Vayne's favor. You'd want to use the mana regen to just continuously throw down the harassment and gain super control of your lane. And we see now Gragas and J4 also heading towards that bottom lane. Not going to happen. The red ward strategically placed there over the wards of red buff. They're going to know exactly where J4 is at, you know, towards that bottom lane. But yeah, so Mana Manipulator, I guess he probably won't even build it into the Shard of True Eye, Selfish. I'd say he's just going to sell it later on. He may build it into the Shard of True Eye. We'll have to see what he does with it, but a good pickup nonetheless to be able to continue that harassment.
Yeah, a Shard of True Eye wouldn't be the worst choice on this team. Obviously, you could put it on the Jarvan or the Nasus to help them sticking to whoever they want to jump on, but yeah, I think she'd probably go for something more supportive, kind of like a Sightstone or a Mikhail's Crucible or something like that in the future. But, you know, there might be some sort of strategy that we don't know about that these guys do, so we'll see how he decides to itemize. And it looks like he's picked up a Cage's Lucky Pick, so yeah, maybe he is going for that Shard of True Eye.
Yeah, I guess it gives him that bit of AP. The mana regen early on is something that JV the King favors. This is the JV the King build. We'll have to see what happens. It's such a quiet game so far now. Like we said, they use those summoners early on for the super aggression, trying to pick up a couple of kills. And now, Underage FBI on the red side, having to go a little bit passive now. It won't be long before, I guess, the summoners are up. Looks like SNX are moving towards the dragon. There's no vision from Underage FBI on the actual dragon itself, but there is a pink ward there that did spot them out. You see Penty now coming in, throws out Dark Binding, doesn't land. There's a Tormented Soil. Dragon falling very low at the moment. Zyra, a really good early dragon. And Penty wants to go in here. It's a 4v1. Throws out the ultimate on the Prince. There's a flash, and the Zyra ulti, a flash away from Morgana as well. Here's the first fight of the game. Chenny Boy's going to take a lot of damage. There's a Cataclysm over the back, as well as the explosive cast, knocking them away. Who's going to fall first? In comes Becca Coco. On top of that, Chenny Boy falling very low. Gets caught out for a Zyra over the wall. There's the first blood. And now Gragas going super aggressive onto Annie, as well as Penty there on the Morgana. And that was a really well-coordinated team fight, Elfish. And it's not over yet. In comes HKPCW, comes in, throws down the stun on Little Cutie Cheese. He dashes away over the top, and the slow from Carded is going to be enough to deter them. What a good fight from SNX.
Yeah, so Seraphic Nexus taking a quick advantage there. They're now 1,000 and a half gold probably ahead now. When the gold was completely even just before. So yeah, nice pick up from them. They got the dragon as well as that first kill onto the Zyra, which is the support. Obviously not the best pickup, but you know, a kill's a kill, as you say. And obviously the dragon going to give the team an entire global gold boost, so they can't be too disappointed with that one. Was a fairly tame team fight in all things, you know, no Nasus ult, no Renekton ult, and the Tib is only coming out really late as well. So maybe that was some kind of an issue there for them. The Tibbers ult coming really late. The Morgana entering a little bit
Oh
early.
no,
But down in
Carter
bot lane,
in a lot of trouble bot lane as Chenny Boy picks up the kill. He tumbled through those bombs there, Elfish, and was able to pick that one up. A good grab for Chenny.
yeah, they do take a couple of seconds to prime themselves once they've been shut out, so you do have the opportunity to kind of go through them if you're already on them, or just a little bit behind them. You can jump through them or dash through them, or if you have one of those abilities that can jump over them, then you've got no problem anyway. So really nice pick up there for the Vayne in the bot lane, so she's going to enjoy that one. Going to pick up some nice items for herself. She's got about 600 gold in her pocket, so she must have just backed after the dragon fight. But any sort of gold bonus is really great for a Vayne, and if a Vayne does get ahead, it's going to be a real issue here for Seraphic Nexus.
Yeah, and Chenny Boy's got that build wall Cutlass. Throws out the ultimate, the condemn against the wall. They're going on a turret. JV the King destroyed.
Yeah, there's no real hope for a support on our own underneath the turret. The turret doesn't really offer much, especially this late into the game. Vayne and Annie being able to dive that, and they're not, exactly the tankiest champions around, but yeah, no problem there. They really took no damage at all. I think the Tibbers didn't.
Oh, here it comes again. Chenny Boy doesn't let it stun the flash. Tibbers on the Carter. He throws out the barrier. There's another kill for Chenny Boy. Wow. 3 kills in a row. Sorry, 2 kills in a row. One of those was actually in subs. That's a good lot of kills for the guys from Underage FBI.
Yeah, now they've kind of brought the goal difference back to even. Now the Dragon being completely nullified by those extra kills coming into the bot lane. And Seraphic Nexus maybe just going to sleep a little bit there then. So I don't know, they kind of getting caught on their own, which is really not a good idea for them against a Vayne Annie.
Yeah, and they're going to get the bottom turret for it. The aggression really paying off for Insub and Chenny Boy now that they've got a little bit of a power spike, I would say, with their champions. Philostone being picked up onto Annie. She's got the utility, a bit of tankiness as well as the Ruby Crystal. You can see Pekka Coco now trading back and forth with Aching Soul. He's able to do this, able to go head-to-head, as we see bottom lane. Vi is chilling out in this after that turret has fallen, and it looks like Jinx and Zyra do not want to fight. Once again, these two top laners just dueling constantly. Oh, Kadra comes across. HKPCW gets the ultimate onto Kadra. He could be in a bit of trouble here. Prince has come to answer. There's the ultimate from Zyra. It's going to land on all 3 members of the red team. Chenny Boy in the middle of that cataclysm. Didn't happen to tumble out. Well, a lot burned and nothing happened. I think there was a teleport from Morgana. There was. Oh. Yeah. That rocket narrowly missing as well. I'm not sure if it would have killed it. You can see Gragas wants to get the fight on here. He hasn't walked over any wards yet, and they do spot him out. Like to see if he can get a nice explosive cask off. Insub could be in trouble here, though. Gets knocked up. There's the explosive cask. He's completely paused.
Oh, tactical pause there coming out.
So close.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, my prediction is that Annie is going to die.
That's a good prediction, Alfie. But in chat, everybody yelling out RIP Insub. Let's have a look how much health he's on. 23 health. Yeah, he did. All right, so pause resuming, and he's going to die. A good pickup for SNX. Nonetheless, a lot of big cooldowns burn there, Elfish.
Yeah, only 1 kill coming out of that, which was surprising. The Zyra ultimate was really nice. Jarvan ultimate only getting onto the Vayne, so that may have had an impact on that. And then Jarvan had to get out pretty quick because he saw the Morgana coming. So nice roam there from the mid laners to come in and assist in that fight. Both teams doing a good job there. So 1 kill there for Seraphic Nexus, going to even the gold again, and they're going to pick up that tower and move ahead a little bit again. So yeah, back and forth game.
Yeah, very, very back and forth, trading blow for blow here. And these top laners still haven't really made much of an impact on the game, as Pekka Coco and my Aching Soul just back and forth. It's a farm fest up here in the top lane. How many stacks has that Nasus got? Let's have a look. 300 stacks, I think it is. Yeah,
303.
303. So that's a lot of stacks onto that siphoning strike. I'd say he's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and obviously farm lane kind of favors Nasus in this situation because he probably can't kill the Renekton now, and obviously Renekton, now that it's been a little bit, probably can't kill the Nasus either. Nasus can just drop a Wither on him and walk out of there, and if things get too tight, he's going to have the ultimate there in case he's, getting too low or anything. So no issues there for Nasus or Renekton in terms of probably getting killed. I don't even think a jungler would be able to kill either of them, honestly. They're pretty safe in the top lane there, just farming. And yeah, as I said, that's going to favor Nasus because he does want to farm, and if he gets that Q stacked up, he's already just over 300 stacks, which is pretty good. If he gets to 400, 450, he'll probably start looking to team fight with that. That'll do a lot of damage.
Let's take a look at some of these items around the board here, Elfish. There's that Rod of Ages picked up nice and early that you want to get on the Morgana, but like you said, it does delay the Zonya's Hourglass, which is kind of a core item. What else have we got going on around the board here, Elfish?
Yeah, well, Vayne obviously going for the Blade of the Ruined King there. So compared to Jinx picking up the Bloodthirster, which has kind of fallen out of favor recently for the bot laners. But yeah, Bloodthirster on Jinx gonna help with her Zap. That scales off 80 damage as well, so it's gonna be doing a lot there. And yeah, obviously Blade of the Ruined King, a really good item there for Vayne. She can kite really well with that, and also use it to chase really well too. No one really escapes the Vayne with the Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, the switcheroo as well on Jinx going to do a lot of damage when she goes to the rocket launcher, I believe it is. You know, that's going to do a lot of damage coupled in with the Bloodthirster. So full damage build for Jinx. Not having the greatest of games, unfortunately. Up in the top lane, HKPCW just walking straight through lane. Maybe wants to put the pressure on. J4 has joined them as well as Annie and Vayne chilling out this middle lane, putting the pressure on the Gragas. Want to get that middle turret because, yeah, they don't really have anything down bot to do at the moment. There they go. They're going to walk on their way down. And here comes the aggression. J4 is still chilling out. Pekka Coco's just auto-attacking away. As Prince comes in, EQ combo doesn't land. Just going to destroy some of these minions.
Yeah, and as you said, Jinx not having the greatest game, but Kajit's been pretty good in this tournament. I haven't felt that he's been playing too bad this game, so we'll maybe see him bounce back.
Oh no, a lot of trouble up on this top lane though. Vi taking a lot of damage there. The EQ combo doesn't quite land. A Volt from Vayne being able to escape, and my aching soul so tanky. Warden's Mail as well as Sunfire Cape. Hasn't even got boots yet, Elfish.
Yeah, as we were saying before, he's just, you know, there's no way anyone's going to kill these top laners right now. Unless, you know, it's sort of a 5v1 situation or a team fight or something like that. So, yeah, even though he doesn't have boots, he's still got the double slice and dice if he manages to get off properly. So, yeah, he's not in too much trouble right now.
Let's have a look at Morgana's build again. She's got herself the boots and mobility, Elfish. She wants to move around the map and get some of these ganks happen, I think. The roaming mid lane, something we see quite often. As opposed to Gragas's build, he's gone a little bit different. He's got himself probably a bit more gold as well. Well, actually, considerably more gold. Almost 1,000 gold. He's got a needlessly large rod as well as the Athene's Unholy Grail. Having 2 assists and 196 CS, the highest in the game at the moment.
Yeah, and that's really starting to pay dividends. He's got a needlessly large rod, as you said, so that's going to be a lot of damage against this Morgana. She does only have that Moby boots, which is an interesting choice, to say the least. She's going to be roaming around, I guess, a lot, but I would have favored picking up the... Oh, watch out.
Prince is caught out, condemned against the wall. Really nice work from Chenny Boy as well as the Dark Binding. Picks up the kill onto J4. JV the King in the middle there. Throws out the ultimate. There is a kill. Chenny Boy is going ham though. Tumbles straight into a little cast there, but they'll move on through. Pick up the J4 and maybe even be able to get this turret as you see the top lane as well rotating down from the red team that is Underage FBI, and SNX are going to have to forfeit this middle turret.
Or not.
Oh, there's ultimate onto Cardred. He is completely destroyed. Insub picks up that one. The Annie there as well. Taking a lot of damage from the turrets. One more auto attack. Oh no, one more hit from the turret would have been the end of her. But yeah, 2 good gets there for the guys over on Underage FBI.
Yeah, that you know, that's a real blow there for Seraphic Nexus. Now they're behind in gold again, and it looks like they're going to lose Dragon here as well. We'll see what Gragas can do about it, but he doesn't have his ulti, so I don't expect he'll be able to do much. And yeah, he's just a little bit too late there. So unlucky for them to be caught out there by that ward, but you know, you've got to have constant vigilance when you're playing this game. So unlucky, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Prince got caught out really well. That was a nice condemn from Vayne. But SNX going to answer with the middle turret. Maybe even continue on because a lot of the guys from Underage FBI are very low. Let's Pekka Coco throws a wither onto Morgana. Comes the Dark Binding as well. And I think Underage FBI want to answer back with this one. Going to clear the way very quickly. A couple of auto attacks from Chenny Boy onto the Nasus. Not really doing too much damage. He now has got himself that Frozen Heart. He is the anti-Vayne.
Yeah, that was a really nice counter push there from Seraphic Nexus, managing to pick up that one tower as the rest of the Underage FBI going back. But yeah, as you said, Nasus picking up the Frozen Heart, a really nice item there against the Vayne. He's going to have his Wither as well, so her attack speed is going to be destroyed, but he's in
wow,
trouble.
nice condemn against the wall for Pekka Koko. Throws out the ultimate as well. He's trying very hard to tank up the turret as well as kill a Vi. There's ulti on top of that. Nasus goes down very quickly. Renekton picking up the kill. JV the King in trouble now. He falls super fast. That's a lot of damage coming out from Underage FBI, and a good fight for Underage FBI once again, picking up the kills, defending their turret.
Yeah, unfortunately for Seraphic Nexus, they're giving up a few free kills here, and they need to be really careful because remember, they have forfeited that first game for being late. So, yeah, they can't lose this game. If they lose this game, they're out. It's going to be a 1-0 already. So 2-0 to Underage FBI after only one game is really not going to be the happy result for Seraphic Nexus. So they need to dig deep, find something that they can manage to get back in this game with. And obviously, Nasus is one of the strongest late game champions currently in League of Legends, so you know, he's probably the key right now. We'll see what he can do. And Gragas also is really strong right now as well. So they've got the tools to bring this game back, but it's going to be difficult from this point.
Yep, 4-1-4 on that Vayne, and the condemns coming out from Chenny Boy have been on point, Elfish. I've seen 2 or 3 condemns that resulted in kills now. The first one, I guess, on the Vi bottom lane. Then we had the one in the middle of the river there onto J4 into a Dark Binding, which ended him. And then the last team fight there, a condemn onto Nasus in the wall under the turret, was the end of him. And it's just, the condemns from Chenny Boy are working immaculately.
Yeah, he's playing really well today. Obviously, you said 4-on-4. That's a really, really nice score on Vayne, and anyone would be happy with that one. It looks like, well, never mind. In the top lane, it looked like Nasus was going to go for a little bit of a fight there with Vi, but she just managed to jump out of there, no problems.
Yeah, Vi really not in a position to duel the Nasus at the moment, especially with all the stacks on his Q. The Siphoning Strike probably bringing almost half health with one hit. And you can see, once again, Seraphic Nexus moving towards this middle lane, putting the pressure on the Underage FBI, but it's just not working for them at the moment. Like we said, the last few team fights, Underage FBI been on the defensive, I should say, and able to pick up a few kills and take the objectives. And you can see now it's going to turn. Underage FBI coming back in. Renekton is top. Nasus is top as well. Does Nasus have his teleport? He does. Renekton having no teleport there. I think that SNX might want to fight this one.
Yeah, I don't know about this top lane matchup because Renekton is 2 levels higher than Nasus, so Nasus might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, no, Nasus got another level off their creeps there, but he's still a level behind, so, you know, he could be in a little bit of trouble if he's not too careful, but I think he'll be alright, given that he is so tanky.
Yeah, I think the opportunity here for SNX to get a 5v4 team fight is really good. As you can see, the Q from Nasus, these two just dueling it out, and Renekton's going to have to join the rest of the team very quickly, and still, oh no, in the middle of it, there's a flash tip as JV the King completely destroyed at the back. Prince in a lot of trouble now, throws down the ultimate as well, and Penty along the back line gets ignited and picks up the kill. Gragas takes down the Morgana, as you see now, Insub falling so low, but Chenny Boy doing work at the back here, picks up a kill on J4, Cardred goes down as well. Teleport coming in from Nasus, get out of there Chenny Boy, you could be in big trouble. The Wither and the slow Chenny Boy may be able to make something out of this one. Did you see them both, either side of Nasus at the moment, just taunting him?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to pick up anyone, but if he does get close enough to this Vayne, he might be able to get a Wither off. Oh no, Vayne's just managed to kite out of her way there. She probably wants that big Wraith, but I don't know if it's worth it really to risk getting caught by the Nasus.
Alright, yeah, the Q from Nasus picking that one up. So yeah, that team fight, I think, worked out a little bit better for Underage FBI, seeing as Aching Soul's got a lot of damage onto that top turret. HKPCW backing in the brush there could have been the end of him, as JB the King also around there on that Zyra.
Yeah, no
Which,
fear.
yeah, so that last team fight was a little bit in Underage FBI's favour.
You could say that again. I think Vayne picked up a kill there as well as Morgana picking up a couple, so maybe 1 or 2, I don't know. Annie, I think, has
picked up
got a
one,
couple
yeah.
of them.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 4-2-4, so she must be getting kills from somewhere. On Seraphic Nexus' side, Jinx picked up a kill there on the Annie, and someone else picked up one kill, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
Gragas finally got his kill.
You know, he's getting Seraphic Nexus is getting kills on the carries they want, but they're just losing too many for those kills.
Yeah, you're right. The trading is not going in SNX's favour. Once again, the pressure now moving onto the other side of the map. As we see, Underage FBI wanting to get this middle turret. Renekton's up in that top lane still. Going to push back down. He's moving through the river towards the rest of his team. And SNX don't have a chance at defending this turret.
Yeah, SNX trying to cling on to every little bit of advantage that they've got, but it's really getting a lot ahead of them right now. They're losing fights really badly and not really getting the kills that they need from them, so I don't know how they're going to be able to bring this one back. Nasus obviously a really big late game carry, but then you've got a Vayne who's 5-1 and also has the tool to deal with Nasus. She's got the true damage of her silver bolts, so she might be able to deal with him. Obviously the slows and the attack speed slows and the actual slow. But another fight coming out.
Yeah, Pekka Koko getting caught by the Dark Binding, throws out the ultimate. Fury of the Sands there. There's the explosive cask as well. Maiki Soul in the middle of the back line there, doing a lot of damage. Chenny Boy now being focused from Pekka Koko. The Timbers comes out. Are they going to be able to kill Pekka Koko? He finally falls down. Vayne picks up the kill on him as, oh, a huge ultimate from Fire all the way into the back line. Little Cutie Cheese knocked up against the wall. That's at the end of him. And I think Underage FBI got this one in the bag here, Elfish.
Yeah, it really was pretty much the perfect fight there for Seraphic Nexus. Prince had a great ultimate onto Vayne and Annie, and Zyra also had her ultimate underneath that, so they got knocked up, but you know, there was no one really to finish off the Vayne. Jarvan finished his combo and then he didn't really have that much damage. Everyone else was being peeled pretty much by the Renekton, so yeah, Renekton's just so big at the moment that I don't think anyone's going to kill him, and that's going to be a real issue for Seraphic Nexus. Yeah, as you said, I don't think they're coming back from this one.
Yeah, more objectives going in an Underage FBI's favour. They get the kills. They had 3-for-0 trade. They took Dragon. They took middle turret. Look at that gold lead now, Elfish. That's ridiculously high. And I'd have to question SNX motives there. Starting off Dragon, not really having full vision, I guess, and put them out of position. They were able to chunk down Nasus super early, so rendered him pretty much useless with that team fight, and he eventually died. So good work from Underage FBI, but poor old SNX not having the best time.
Yeah, it's not looking too great for them. Morgana is getting finally got her Zhonya's Hourglass as well, as we spoke about, so she's hit her core items. Should probably look to go for like a death cap or something like that now for a little bit extra damage, which obviously wouldn't be a bad pickup. And Vayne has also picked up the Quicksilver Sash, so she's going to be healing herself quite well. So I can't see anyone killing either of those, and that's really an issue.
And there's a Zhonya's Hourglass. It was picked up about a minute ago for the Morgana. So she's got the rod, she's got the Zhonya's Hourglass, and making this build work for her. 2, 1, and 10. A lot of assists. That's 10 of the 15 kills she's been, 12 of the 15 kills she's been involved in. So all of them, this Morgana making things work for his team. And you can see that even Vayne is just beast mode at the moment. Like you said, got that QSS PD. Also got a pickaxe, I dare say, moving into a Last Whisper.
Yeah, Vayne's been in 14 out of the 15 kills, so that's a real testament to her skill. She's been in, you know, like 95, I don't know the exact percentage, but it'd be close to 95, 98% of the kills in this game, and that's a real big deal for her. And she's got, yeah, all those items, which is making her absolutely huge. No one can deal with her right now, because Nasus is just getting destroyed straight away. That he doesn't have that impact on the team fights that he needs.
Oh no, HK PCW in trouble as a knock-up comes out from J4. There's a Vault Breaker, as well as a Cataclysm. She gets taken out from Gragas. The Wither on a Vayne. Teleport coming in. Doesn't quite go off as Pempty comes in. Oh, sorry, that is the teleport from Pempty. Did go off, and Nasus gets destroyed. Chenny Boy is godlike. They're going to continue moving on this one. A good reaction from Underage FBI, and they're going to get themselves a turret. As there's the Zhonya's Hourglass underneath the Zyra ultimate. Will get it in the end there. And there's a lot of damage coming out from Jinx still. That's Super Mega Death Rocket picking up a lot of damage in that first bit of the skirmish, but Underage FBI coming out on top.
Yeah, I think Pempty wanted to actually get his ultimate there off before using the Zhonya's, but he might have just missed or had a lag or something. That might be what this pause is about. I can hear Gragas still drinking his drink, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, me too. Yum, yum, yum. The joy of pauses. It won't be long before they're back into this one, though. They said it's just a mini DC. And looks like Underage FBI are very low. I don't think they're going to get anything out of this one. They're not going to go for that Baron, that's for sure. But once this lag is finished up and this pause is over, welcome to Oceania, guys. If you're not from here, this is the standard standard rule in all of our games. Gragas, please stop drinking. You're drinking too much.
Oh, that was probably the weirdest sound I've ever heard in LoL, to be honest.
All right, so
Oh no.
God, it's just continuous. We've unfortunately got bad internet. Please bear with us, guys. Won't be long before we're back into the game. Let's have a look at some of these items, though, Elfish.
Yeah, actually, really interesting. Zyra's pretty much gone full damage. No Sightstone out from her, so she's probably not picking up as many wards as she would be. The rest of the team picking up some slack. We can see Jarvan's got a ward already in his inventory, so I don't know how many he's been contributing to the team as opposed to Zyra. But yeah, damage Zyra coming out there, which is interesting in this situation, considering they're a lot, quite far behind. I would consider
Have a look at the wards, though.
Yeah, there are wards everywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wards on the map for Underage FBI. All that gold that they're ahead is being used for vision control, and it's working to their advantage big time. I mean, 9 to 2 wards on the map at the moment. Actually, there's more than that. There's more, at least like 11 wards at the moment. So that's just huge vision control from Underage FBI. The guys from SNX really need to pick up a Oracle's Elixir here, Hellfish.
Yeah, there's 6 at Baron and 6 at Dragon or Dragon side jungle for Underage FBI. So they've pretty much got 12 wards around the map, and that's pretty much the maximum that you're ever going to need. That's pretty much ward overload, honestly. And Seraphic Nexus only having 2, maybe 3 wards out there. So yeah, they need a few more. I think Zyra needs to pick up some slack there. Obviously, I haven't been watching her ward placements too closely, but I believe she has probably been sacrificing a few wards for that damage build.
Yeah, she's now picked up a few wards in her inventory. Got 5 of them, to be honest. So yeah. She just picked up 5 wards. Spam them out across the map, really lacking in the vision, that's for sure. But that'll help out JB the King there. Maybe should have gone for that Sightstone. Would have saved him in the end, but hey, this is how he wants to build. That's fair enough. He didn't go for the Shard of True Ice that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
He decided to sell it, as I said. Mana Manipulator no longer needed on his team. Everybody's got enough mana regen to keep him up.
And I think that was probably a good idea. Shard of True Ice, not really the greatest item these days. Sure, it does help a little bit, but yeah, better choices on Zyra. Especially Leandri's Torment is one of the strongest items on Zyra because her plants proc the passive as well. So yeah, definitely nice pick up for her. But I think she needs to get Oracles as well, just like what you said before.
Yeah, look, Insub got that Oracles once again. He's got minimum items, 4, 2, and 7 still, able to have a lot of gold. Comparing these two supports, 7.8k gold built up for the Annie and 7.4 for the Zyra, but they've spent them in completely different things. Australia's Reverie there for Annie, but you look at all the damage items, the Zyra's picked up the Haunting Guys. She's got Cage's Lucky Pick, Fellow Stone, and the Mobility Boots. So 2 different styles of build for both, like, very similar aggressive style supports.
Yeah, I think that Amp Tome and Haunting Guys will be going into a Leandri Torment for Zyra. And when she picks that up, she does get quite a huge power spike. But I don't think it's going to really be enough right now for her. I think she just needs to be focusing on getting those snares out properly, trying to defend Jinx, which, I mean, obviously Jinx not doing the most damage, but, you know, it's the best that they've got pretty much. So it depends. You know, I think both sides have a really strong late game team. But I think that Underage FBI just too far ahead for this game to really go Seraphic Nexus's way. Even though they've got the Nasus.
Yep.
With 558 stacks on his Q, mind you.
Wow, that's a lot. Oh no, Aki Sol in a bit of trouble here. He's very tanky. They're able to take up all this damage. I think that the guys Underage FBI want to engage on this one. Aki Sol soaking up even more of the damage. Pekka Coco now the focus of this Vayne. Cataclysm at the back from Prince takes Chenny Boy very, very low. And Pekka Coco trying his best to get towards the back and try and kill down this Chenny Boy. As little Cutie G's getting kited to hell from Chenny Boy. Some really good plays there. The flash, the EQ combo does land on a Chenny Boy with the flash is out of it. The damage still going down. Annie gets destroyed from Nasus in the backline. This is a big messy fight from all the guys as Nasus gets destroyed. Morgana picks up a kill on a J4. They're going to take out JB the King and Underage FBI taking it down. Chenny Boy is legendary. The passive from Zyra, not enough to kill her. And the only one left is Jinx. A good team fight, and they're going to go straight for Baron.
Yeah, Chenny Boy showing his mechanics there on Vayne. Really, really nicely played, kiting there. Obviously, the red buff helping out, paying dividends there, and it looks like they're going to be picking off a pre-Baron off the back of that fight, and I don't think Jinx is going to be able to do anything about this one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Vayne, moving towards the enemy jungle. Probably going to take away blue buff. Yep, blue buff is available. They get the Baron buff onto 3. Did Renekton pick that one up? No, Renekton just missing out, unfortunately. But 3 members of Underage FBI, 3 big members, I guess. Having the Baron buff is really good.
Yeah, they might have done the courtesy of waiting to destroy the Baron before waiting for him to respawn before killing the Baron, but obviously they didn't give a damn what he thought, so they just picked it up anyway. So, you know, 3 on the Baron buff, can't complain.
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to risk it with a super mega death rocket coming from Jinx. Could end up stealing that away.
Absolutely.
But, I'm pretty sure that Vi, well, maybe she didn't have the smite. So yeah, just want to play it safe, get it as soon as possible, so that Jinx didn't have any kind of chance of stealing that Baron buff away.
Yeah, well, no trouble there for them. Baron on 3 members, also 3 of the strongest members on their team. Vayne and Morgana both have it, so, you know, that's really where they want it to be. That's the damage coming out. Would have been nice to have it on Renekton, because he's quite a damagey kind of top laner, getting in the back lane, killing up some carries for Underage FBI, but, you know, as I said, it's a Baron buff. You can't really complain too much. You get the free gold, the free global gold as well off it. So yeah, a couple of items pick up for them as well. So
yeah, to SNX's credit, they haven't lost any of their inhibitor turrets yet. For a team that's pretty far behind at the moment, 7 to 20 kills, 5 to 2 turrets. They haven't. They've defended pretty well, I would say, against Underage FBI. Every team fight has been very close, Elfish, and Underage FBI haven't been able to capitalize on it just because they're simply too low. We see Chenny Boy doing a lot of damage over the wall there. Spell immune onto Vayne will stop those traps from catching her out. There's Pempty in a little bit of a tight spot here. Just getting aggressed on from the Zyra. And you can see Chenny Boy just pounding down this turret at the moment. This is the split push coming out from Underage FBI.
yeah, I mean, it's not a bad strategy for them. I think they can 4v5 or even maybe 3v5 Seraphic Nexus at this stage. So split push is not a big deal. But Vayne may be getting caught out here. This is a big deal.
Yeah, oh, nice condemn against the wall. Stops Prince from engaging with the EQ combo. And look at all those minions top lane. Then Morgana's going to soak up. They're going to push the top lane. This is just split pushing all day from Underage FBI. We're into the late game stage here, Elfish. Let's run through some more of these items. What are some of the pickups? Oh no, Chenny Boy in a lot of trouble though. Gets caught out from the Gragas. Knock up as well. He's not going to live very long. Shut down for Gragas. That's a good pickup.
Oh, this could be a comeback coming out here. We'll see if they can pick up a couple towers off this, but you know, they're going to need a couple more pickups like that one to really be in this contest.
Yeah, there's a Baron buff going on Vayne as well. So, like I was saying, the items being finished up.
Nasa's finally getting a little bit of health coming out. He's looking like he's going to pick up a Randuin's Omen. As soon as he picks up 1,000 gold, he's only on 770 so far, so he'll be probably going back after another wave or 2, pick up the Randuin's, which is a really good item on him as well, managing to slow the Vayne even more, which is going to be critical in the upcoming team fights. Renekton picking up a Brutalizer, which is an interesting choice on him. He's probably going to be going for a Black Cleaver, which is a nice item for him as well. Vi picked up a Trinity Force, which is a nice damage item for her as well. So Trinity Force being really strong at the moment. So I expect to see that Vi doing some damage.
Yeah, the Vi not going super tanky, and it's showing through the team fight. She gets a little bit destroyed, but Thornmail on Renekton being fair, she's like super tanky. I guess he can afford to go with a bit of that damage at the moment. The CS really sort of spread even over the board. It's just all about the kills and the objectives that are really making Underage FBI the leaders in this game. And you can see the pressure moving around the map as Vayne up there taking away her own red buff. I don't think that, you know, this is a good opportunity now for SNX to maybe engage. Unfortunately, they don't have the vision to see where everybody is. They don't even have one single ward. They have one ward, I apologize. One ward on the map. It's just the control from Underage FBI is too huge. And as you can see, Jarvan just chilling out and has to wait for the for either a teammate there or the minion wave to come up.
Yeah, well, Annie's picked up the Oracle, so I expect lots of the wards are going to be going into her pocket in terms of gold. So, you know, that's probably why there's no wards on the map. You can't really blame JV the King for that one. You can't really do much once the support has got the Oracles on the opposite team. So yeah, the ward changes coming out in Season 4 are going to be nice. Maybe shake up the support ward sort of meta at least a little bit. We'll see what happens there. But another pause coming out. Someone's having a bit of lag issues again, so we should be back in pretty quickly into this game.
Yeah, look at Vayne, 19 of the 20 kills, everything. This Chetty boy is working hard. He's got everything he needs. His kit is being built up. He's got Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, as well as the Blade of the Ruined King. Quicksilver Sash in there to get away from any stuns that may catch them out. Obviously the Berserker's Greaves. He's got the Fura. So upon dealing damage to a single target, it grants 12% movement speed. That's a really good item for Vayne, I think, to get that kiting going on, especially from Nasus with the Wither.
Yeah, and remember, the winner of this tournament goes to Singapore for IEM, so this is a really, big deal. These teams definitely don't want to lose this game, so that's why they're hanging on so hard, and this is probably why Chenny Boy's putting in such an effort to win this game for his team.
Yeah, as we come out of the pause, once again, you can see that Underage FBI really putting the pressure on this middle turret now, and waiting for the minions to see if anyone's going to get caught out. There's a few big waves coming down either side. 4 on the red side, and here we go. Here's the engage under the turret. A couple more attacks will do it. There's a huge explosive cast doing a lot of damage, and Chenny Boy at the back in a lot of trouble. Gets Cataclysm. Pekka Coco is right on his face. The Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't quite land. Nasus picks up the kill onto Annie, picks up the kill onto Vayne as well. A double kill for him, but the rest of Underage FBI are around. They picked up Zyra. Zyra going down pretty early there, but a good fight for SNX, but a good overall result for Underage FBI.
Yeah, so a 2-for-1 there for Seraphic Nexus, managing to get the 2 kills onto the Nasus, I believe. And we should mention, he's got 681 stacks on his Q, so he's doing a lot of damage now. He's hit that stage where he's become an absolute beast, and I don't think anyone could deal with him. I think that Underage FBI really need to think about finishing this game really quickly. Baron up in a minute. That's going to be the objective of choice for both these teams, and whoever gets that probably will be able to snowball this game and win.
Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of getting that first inhibitor. Once that inhibitor falls down in this middle lane, it's going to be very hard for SNX to come back from that. The amount of pressure that just one middle inhibitor can produce is huge. And you can even see, look, top lane, that first hit turret is still alive at 40 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and that's a real testament to Seraphic Nexus' defensive capabilities here. They're doing a good job to not lose an inhibitor already. It's, it's 40 minutes in. You would have expected this game to be over by now, given that Vayne's 9-3-10. Well, it's getting to that stage where this game has been going on too long for both teams, and they need to look about. And whoever really wins the next fight, that's going to be the end, because the spawn times are getting so long that it's going to be just easy for anyone to push down the base.
Yeah, it is critical mass for this team, for both of these teams at the moment. It's a wonder that actually Vayne hasn't gone for a GA. G's getting heavily dived upon from Nasus as well as J4, and no one's really peeling for her apart from Insub on the Annie. And you can see now this exposed inhibitor is going to fall super quickly. Nasus showing up in the top lane. This is the opportunity for the Underage FBI team to come in. And there's a teleport, though, coming down from Nasus. He's actually using that one. A nice explosive cask again, as well as the ultimate from Zyra. Tibbers comes out. Who's going to be the first to fall? Prince is going super low. Chenny Boy is in the middle of Cataclysm, but not even touched. The Zonya is actually coming out from Morgana. Vayne picks up the kill. Look at all the shields in the world as My Aching Soul comes down. That's a 2-for-0 trade for Underage FBI. A good team fight. Are they going to be able to get themselves the inhibitor? My Aching Soul in a little bit of trouble as Gragas picks up the kill. And Kadra now getting that extra speed. She goes down. Oh, the last second spell shield coming out from Pempty will save him. The Dark Binding underneath it will be enough. Oh, so close. That cork almost smacking her in the face from that zap as Pempty is coming around. Oh, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, the issue there for Underage FBI was that they all got really, really low in that team fight. Obviously, Seraphic Nexus didn't focus the targets as well as they could have. So they had about 3, maybe 4 lowish targets, and obviously then Renekton being picked up by that explosive cask was a big deal as well. So yeah, he needed to stay alive there, but I don't think they were going to get the inhibitor anyway because they were all too low for that one. And looks like Vi's just going to pick up the blue buff here, and look, maybe the Underage FBI looking to head towards the Baron buff right now, and it looks like my co-caster has dropped out of TeamSpeak, so I'll just be casting solo for a little bit. Hopefully he reconnects quite soon, but we'll get you by.
I'm here. Are you ready?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a co-caster coming in for me, so we should have no problems now. We're gonna have 2 casters for you as usual. Welcome to Place.
Hey, I'm Place, and I'm going to be covering here for Menacing. He has dropped out, just got to connect to the game real quick. But keep us informed, Elfish, while I connect.
Yeah, it looks like the mid lane being pushed down here now by Seraphic Nexus. They probably don't want to let Underage FBI pick up this Baron buff too easily. They've got wards pretty much all over it. 2 pink wards there, 1 in the Baron and 1 on the Death Bush, and obviously 2 vision wards there as well on the Baron buff. It's not going to be... doesn't look like it's going to be contested here by either team right now. It just looks like Underage FBI would rather push down the mid lane on their own and try and get that inhibitor with another fight like the previous one. But Nasus is getting really big, so we'll see what happens here. Fight is brewing. Morgana missing a black... oh no! Jarvan jumping in there with a Cataclysm, and Nasus in the back line doing a lot of damage there. Xayah ultimate coming out, and obviously Morgana there as well. Vayne getting focused down here a lot, but it looks like she's kiting out really well, and Vayne managing to pick up a kill there onto Jarvan 4, and Nasus has to back out. He's too low by there, just in the back line, and it looks like this game is going to be over here for Seraphic Nexus. They've lost a couple kills here, and they've lost the inhibitor as well. Xayah going down here, 2 Vi in the bot lane as well, and this game is all over over for Seraphic Nexus. Vayne rather doing her best to push down the turrets here, and Nasus here just tanking up a storm, but I don't think it's going to really matter. This game, it looks like it's going to be over in just a second.
Kind of joining in there for the final hour of SNX versus FBI, pushing out the top tower now. Don't think Pekka's going to be able to defend this one. Maybe Gragas can clear out that wave. But they're going to back out. Lots of wards on the Baron as well. Gets pinged out. Actually pinged out there by SNX. So they might be in a position with respawns only in about 20 seconds to maybe contest this. And FBI are going to get pretty low trying to take this one out.
Alright,
yeah,
I am
so
back in the game. Sorry about
like
the DC, guys. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. What can I do, really? I'm just loading into the game now, so Elfish Guy, what's been happening, man? What have I missed?
Yeah, well, Underage FBI just picking up their Baron there for free after taking out the mid inhibitor there from Seraphic Nexus. So they won a team fight, they took out 2 kills there, and so now they got backed off, picked up the Baron buff there, and looks like they're going to push down the last 2 inhibitors there, and they should be right to go. And I thought they were going to end the game, obviously. I was screaming and shouting, but they decided they'd rather back off, get the Baron, and that's it.
Alright, so Menace's game is still bugged out, so I will just keep covering this one. Not much longer though in this game, I feel, Elfish. I mean, Vayne's picking up the red buff here, and you can see FBI just regrouping to kind of push down that mid lane. With the inhibitor down as well, it's going to put tons of pressure on those side lanes, so it's looking pretty scary for SNX right here.
Yeah, Seraphic Nexus not in a good position right now. They're down to Baron and they're down an inhibitor. I don't know if they can defend this one. Nasus getting really big, but in that fight he picked up the Vayne, picked up the... I don't actually think he got a kill, actually. Well, he was in the back line doing a lot of damage, but you know, he just didn't have the damage to pick up the Vayne. So that was an issue for Seraphic Nexus, and yeah, now they're going to have to deal with the super minions pushing down the mid lane as well as the Baron buff team pushing bot lane and top lane. Looks like they've gone for a split push with Morgana in the middle as well.
Yeah, I think the saving grace though for SNX is they have the Gragas, and he can push out those waves super quickly. And look at this, Nasus able to 2v1 as well to hold that bot lane. That's going to definitely add time to the clock for them here. And it's going to be interesting to see if FBI just go for a big dive, or if they just keep sieging.
Yeah, I think they probably were going to look to go for a dive right now. Renekton can just tank a tower for, you know, 10 minutes if he wanted. He's just got so much tankiness. He's got the Randuin's and the Thornmail and the Sunfire Cape, so that's, you know, let's see, he's got 316 armor, so you know, that translates to quite a lot of turret hits.
The siege just continues there. Gragas pushing out the waves as quick as he can. FBI going to be waiting for a Morgana bind, I feel, here. Just whiffs there onto Prince. The Vayne gets caught out a bit. Prince going a bit deep there. Has to back out. Nice Tibbers onto 3 people. Cataclysm comes over as well onto Vayne. That barrel absolutely melting her down. Gets the black shield and they turn it around. That is just FBI being so fed. And wow, what a crazy fight. Gonna pick up the inhibitor off that. And that'll surely be the GG. Jumping in straight onto Nasus. The big dog gets bigger. But I don't think he's big enough right here. Ignite taking away all of that lifesteal that he wants to get from that passive. Inhibitor will fall. And I don't think Vi can actually push him out of the base too much there. FBI with a big teamfight win.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're actually going to be able to go for the win here. Nasus and Jinx managing to defend that. They might pick up this last inhibitor here. There's still 30 seconds on the respawn for Seraphic Nexus, so they do have time. Don't know how well Vi and Jinx are going to be able to hold this, but we'll see what happens. Don't think that they'll go for a dive or anything like that. Renekton a little bit too low.
Ooh, but they are going for it actually. PCW going deep in onto Jinx right there. Gets taken pretty low. And there's actually a continuation with the dive. Barrier comes out and Vi picks up the kill. Almost by herself at the end of that. Nasus gets snared up onto the tower as well. Renekton backing out now. But that'll be the third Nexus here. Elvish guy. And this is scary. Snare though coming out. Nasus might be able to pick up a kill here onto Vi. Jarvan coming. Flash EQ. Gets dodged by the flash out of Vi. So unfortunately no pickup there. But still, you know, just fighting on from SNX.
Yeah, really nice flash there from HK, but they've got what they wanted. They've got 3 inhibitors down. The inhibitor actually going to be respawning pretty soon in the mid lane for Seraphic Nexus, but I don't think that's going to be much consolation for them. They've still got 2 down, and it looks like Underage FBI will just be here and then look to end the game of this.
Yeah, definitely. Not many wards out either right here because, you know, you can see SNX just so base locked right now. FBI don't even feel like they need to kind of spend the money on it. Even their support, you know, almost 6 items there. Gonna be looking like picking up maybe a DFG actually with that last Phoenix Codex, which will be pretty funny, but yeah, just a brutal game right now for SNX. Not much they can really do.
Yeah, and this is kind of the perfect game for Nasus. It's 50 minutes in and he's got 840 stacks on his Q, so that's a lot of damage. But, you know, Seraphic Nexus are a little bit too far behind for it to be effective, as it should be. If they were up maybe 10 more kills, then this game would be a lot closer.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just the vision and the map control right now, and there's still the top tower there for FBI, and that kind of really paints the picture of how this game has really panned out. And even if SNX could win a team fight here, they're really going to struggle to capitalize off it, I feel, because they've got so much map to push down before they can actually start getting these objectives.
Yeah, I think the only way they would be able to win is if they got a 5-0 ace and were able to push down mid lane straight away, because they'd probably outpush the creeps. There is still the Nexus turrets up for Seraphic Nexus, but it looks like they may be going down very soon.
Oh, Annie looking to get in there, gets a siphoning strike to the face, has to be careful. Nasus pops his ultimate and goes straight in. Tibber's only landing on 1, and Morgana ultimate gonna hit 2 people by himself. Chenny Boy somehow survives up there as well, going for the huge plays, getting chased by Gragas. Will be able to take him out. Black Shield just saves him. No, Ignite does tick. Nasus in trouble now. He'll get taken out in the 3v1, and this is surely gonna be GG to FBI.
Yeah, it looks like this game's going to be over, and really well played from Seraphic Nexus to hang on for that long. I think Nasus had a huge impact on that game in terms of managing to keep them in this game, but yeah, it's all over now, and as I said, yeah, really well played Seraphic Nexus. Underage FBI playing really well. Chenny Boy, MVP for this game for me. He's been absolutely amazing on that Vayne.
I have to say as well, you know, I didn't see much of this game jumping in right after Manus unfortunately disconnected, but Annie did a fantastic job as well with those Tibbers, landing, you know, multiple stuns on people, and that's just incredible, I think.
Yeah, really well played from both teams, and it looks like we're going to go into a break now because that's all over there for Seraphic Nexus. Obviously losing that first point there for